This week on Chicago Beer Pass, Nick and I are back in the studio, and we reminisce about our last couple weeks of drinking and adventuring around Chicago. We do all this while enjoying some bottles from Metropolitan Brewing. All that and more on this week's episode. Dude, these last 3 weeks of the week, what'd you make it to?
Yeah, because, you know, get a cork popped out, boop, it just flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it. The legend, Mr. Pete Crowley. I love Pete Crowley, man.
How's that beer? It's what you think it is.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. You ever go to, every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski.
Brad. What's up, man? I'm Nick White.
It has been a minute.
Dude, you know, we went from like not having guests for like 6 months.
Right.
To all of a sudden every week. It's like Saturday Night Live. There's a special guest every. I love it, though,
It was
man.
Twisted Hippo.
Yes.
Then Mike Zoller of Porch Drinking.
Yeah, shout out to Porch Drinking.
And then Metropolitan.
Yeah, back to back to back.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really excited, man. And we said a little bit on the show, man. In 2009, when Metro started, there was Goose, Peace, Half Acre, and Metro. And Brad Chmielewski, we have had them all as guests.
Oh, and Moonshine was around.
Oh,
then.
good call.
Oh, Moonshine.
Good call.
Which was what? Wasn't that owned by, or no, he was friends with the All Rise or Cobra Lounge, which kind of, the Moonshine equipment went over to All Rise, or some of it did.
How can I forget about Moonshine? They had the little bitty, they almost look like baby Gerber jars for their flights. Mm-hmm. And you're right. They owed, this is all legend, right? They owed Cobra Lounge money. And Cobra Lounge said, well, listen, we're just taking your brewing equipment. And then that was the end of Moonshine.
Moonshine actually had pretty decent beer.
Dude, it was fun. We took the brew bus there every Saturday for the longest because it was so close to Clybourne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss it because it was so close to my house, too.
Oh, yeah. Also that.
But
yeah. On Division, I forgot about Moonshine.
The folks that rolled into Moonshine were not my friends.
Yeah. Not of your ilkage, as they say.
But I think that Metro episode turned out fantastic. That was a huge crew around that table, so hopefully the audio was okay for everyone.
Yeah, I love, like, you know, afterwards, you know, and I'm always you know, jabbing Brad about like maybe we should capture some of the stuff afterwards because everybody's sauced, everybody's flowing. But they were talking about how cool it would be if like a Chicago brewery opened and they used like Metro lager yeast as their house yeast, because all these breweries, you know, they have a specialty yeast that they pull from. You know, they're like, wouldn't that be? We were all talking about how cool that would be. Mm-hmm. That was such a good episode. I really enjoyed those guys, man. Cheers to the Lost Boys, Tracy and Doug.
Yeah,
fun stuff.
And we are drinking more Metropolitan on this episode. Mm-hmm. We got some a 6-pack of the Dynamo.
Yeah, man. This is the Copper Lager. You know, after having the Doppelbock, right? Like, I didn't get the coffee Doppelbock. I didn't get the Jitterator because I was excited. So I just got the regular Doppelbock. But this is kind of reminiscent of it, much lighter, right? Yeah. But the toasted, dark, you know, lager.
Mm-hmm. And Tracy was saying, it might have been on the show or afterwards, she was saying, like, you need to revisit a lot of our beers. Mm-hmm. You know, they are the same beers, but she thinks they've gotten a little better. And, you know, the recipes are a little tweaked because they changed the equipment, really, from going from the old brewery to the new brewery. And it is nice going back to the Dynamo here. I feel like it's almost has maybe a little more body than I remember it.
Yeah, man, the sweetness of the Vienna malts, you know, really changes it broadens the definition of lager for me, you know. Mm-hmm. And then this beer goes really well with food. We got these chocolate covered pretzels here.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I was like, I could go for a pizza.
Dude, it goes great with food. And I was kind of surprised by that. I think I had like some squid. We were talking about the squid ink rice, the black rice.
Oh, the black rice.
I had like some pasta with that, or some shrimp, with that. And I had a Dynamo, and it was money. I was watching the Bears, you know, blow it at the end with that combo.
Nice. So yeah, we're gonna keep knocking back these. The Metropolitan Party is the 19th. So
yeah, January 19th.
might as well just mention that the top of the show. You know, we're flipping the script this year.
And, honestly, man, I didn't even know they had a barrel program. Like we were saying on the episode, I kind of got into them because I was excited about their Firkin varietals at, festivals.
Yeah.
But then like these, this barrel-aged Doppelbock with cherry, that was sounded kind of interesting. They pull out a lot. They're going to pull out a lot of fun stuff at this party. And then their space is killer, man.
Well, it's not even going to be in their space. Well, it's going to be in the building, but it's going to be in the event space next to their space. So.
You're right. Yeah. So when you walk in, there's an upstairs party space. It's going to be there.
Yeah. Nice.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So grab your tickets for that. Just a few days away, a few weeks, maybe a week and a half.
Yeah.
About that.
One more note about the Metro interview. We were talking to one of the Lost Boys, and he was saying how, I used to listen to the Hotcast, and that's basically how I started, to petition to get my job at Metro.
Right.
And he said, I thought about it afterwards, I was like, he was saying now how, Metropolis Coffee and Metropolitan Brewing, people always confuse the two or just assume it's all the same crew, that kind of thing. And it reminded me that the first time I met you was at a party for Hopleaf.
It was for Kegs for Kids.
Kegs for Kids, a Hopleaf party for some school. They were trying to build a science lab. Oh, but the party was at the Metropolis Roasting House.
Right, and when it was in Andersonville.
Yeah. I was like, that's funny, man. The first time I met Brad was also through Metropolis. Yeah. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I thought about that later. It was cool.
Funny, man. Yeah, I can't wait for this party. Pretty sure I'll be there, but, stuff changes. But
yeah, this is a Saturday Night Bash. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be
And
good.
it's the big thing happening this month, so you're going to want to check it out.
Yeah, right on.
So then going back now, we have weeks and weeks to talk about. I know leading up to the new year, I said, I'm going to get to Marz Brewing before the end of the year. Man. I did it.
You made it to Bridgeport, huh?
I made it to Bridgeport. Is that Bridgeport? I think I was in Indiana or something.
I think it might be like McKinley Park or something. Chicago neighborhoods, man. Yeah. Every few blocks is something new.
But you're driving up there, or however we got there, there was an antique taco.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was like, what is this? This weird diner-looking antique taco. Mm-hmm. So
I think that's antique taco too, right? The first one's by Emporium.
Yeah. So then I felt like I was back in Worker Park. Which, Marz Brewing, it's weird that it's in Bridgeport because it feels like a Northside bar. Like you go in there, it has, just that vibe of a cool kid bar, I guess, in space.
They are too cool for school in that joint.
Yeah.
I felt like a square. I told you, the first time I went after a Sox game, I'm like, dude, I am the least cool dude here. Everyone with the skull caps ever so gently off the hairline, so
right.
that
you got to show your hair peeking through a little bit that it's a mess, and you might not have showered. So.
Very stylish setup down there.
Beers were fantastic. Lots of haze. Yeah. They had one of the Sierra Nevada, or they had the Sierra Nevada, the Replicator on.
Right? Resilient, not
Replicator. Resilient, but this wasn't the one. I don't think it was the one that they brewed. I think it was Sierra Nevada's version of it, and I don't think theirs was ready when I was there. I was there on the 28th or 29th.
Yeah.
So that was cool because they're doing that. All those proceeds go to the victims of the California fire.
How about the power of Sierra Nevada?
Yeah,
that's pretty slick because there's so many. You follow all these local brewery feeds, and so many of them are all in on making that beer.
Right.
So,
yeah.
that's
cool. That's very cool. The space is far. I want to go back.
We are the grumpiest old men in beer.
But making the commitment to do it, I need something else that I'm gonna go do if I'm gonna go there. We went to Chinatown, which isn't that far, but we still took a Uber or a Lyft over there.
Yeah.
But you need other plans. You need to if you're going to Marz, you want to do something else in Bridgeport. You want to do something else, Chinatown or something like that.
Yeah. Well, pretty soon. Well, it's just south of there is in the back of the yards is the plant where
right.
I'm drawing a blank now, man. Weiner Brewing is probably the closest brewery to them. But yeah, you're right. It's kind of an island as far as where are you? The closest breweries to you are probably the Pilsen stuff.
Yeah.
There's 3 in Pilsen. Yeah.
Right. You have Moody
Tongue,
Lulu.
Yes.
And why am I blanking. Low rise.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was lost. I'm like, I know there's 3.
So a couple of years ago, I did a bike ride where we did like this South Side trip and went to Weiner. So we would definitely throw Marz in there now. And so, yeah, it's not bad. But I feel like you need 2 things, like, because it's like you ventured out there and you want to go to something else, and you're gonna want food too.
Because you're right by the Zuby Arch, so you're like 35th. You might even be like 39th at that point, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And you can walk from the train stop, the Red Line, if you want, if it's nice.
Man, that's hardcore right there.
It's not. It's.
But you were a different animal, Brad. You know, Brad's like, yeah, I rode my bike to fucking Mundelein.
Yeah. But it's an amazing space. Lots of beer on tap. Like, it's huge too. Like, there's plenty of room too. When you get there, you're just like, you're in awe, and the amount of merch that they have.
Oh, dude, there's like some serious merch.
It's like a full-on store.
I had something from them that I'm drawing a blank on, but it was so cool. It was just like it was this week, and I was like, man, you know, I don't have any beers that I don't like from them so far. Even that Chug Life, you know, was really good. What was this thing called? Oh, it was Holla Haze. It was an any IPA with wine juice.
Nice.
Maybe like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, man, they're killing it.
Yeah, their Splash that was really good. It was good. I did it though. I made it there before the end of the year. If I make it there one more time in 2019, I'll be happy with myself.
Spring training is in like 40
Bourbonnais, right? Oh,
40 days. No, White Sox.
White Sox spring training.
Yeah,
so different spring training.
So I'll be there in the next 60 days. So I'll probably be at Sox Park a lot.
Nice. Okay. So that gets me up to the new year. What have you been up to the past week or a couple weeks that we haven't dove into Chicago drinking adventures?
Yeah, it's been slow motion. At the top of the year, we got this tradition where we go to Peace on January 1st. Because the honey butter fried chicken debuts.
Oh, okay. All right.
Honey butter fried chicken pizza debuts January 1st, Brad. So, you know, and it's a good way. It's a good tradition. I dig it a lot. It's one of the times that I'm for sure getting over to Peace, you know, because unless I'm like taking a day off or something, I don't usually make it because Peace, you know. I go in the winter, essentially. It's one of those places like Bangers and Lace, which I love because there's a fireplace in the back. And then they say the bathroom is modeled after R. Kelly's. Like one of R. Kelly's like houses. That's what people say.
Really?
Yeah.
My wife's been obsessed with that R. Kelly. Like,
oh, dude, I binge watched like 5 of them.
Yeah, she's already watched them all, so she's obsessed with that.
Depressing as fuck after like the first 3. I was like, Jesus Christ, this shit. But yeah, Peace and Bangers and Lace, I for sure like get to in the winter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Peace, that's our tradition, man. What did I get, man? I got the Cold and Wet.
Okay.
This is an extra pale ale collab with Half Acre. You know, my favorite beer there though is that Dunkelweiss.
Okay.
The dark and curvy, great name.
That one's good.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Tootsie Roll.
Or the Moose Knuckle, the barley wine.
Barley wine's good. Barrel Aged Barley wine is also good. They had a IPA called Roadhouse, double IPA.
Oh, that one's good. Yeah.
But that big, cool, curvy hef glass that the dark and curvy comes in.
Yeah.
Is my fave. And it looks so good in pictures. And I just like holding it.
Yeah. It's hard to do karaoke though with it. Live band karaoke.
I made a fool of myself one night. I think I did Cream, Sunshine of Your Love, off like 3 Moose Knuckles. It was one of those I'll never drink again nights. Yeah. But hanging out at the bar on New Year's Day at Peace is my jam.
It's good. Nice. Yeah, that sounds pretty solid. And a good cure for the night before was probably, pizza. Especially
how were your holidays, man? Mine were super chill. Like I literally didn't.
Mine were chill. You know, neither one of us made it to the New Year's Eve this year.
Yeah, I sat it out.
Even Twisted Hippo's New Year's Eve party. So none of that.
Yeah, and you're starting to see a lot of those creep up too. I know.
Half Acre had one.
Half Acre had one. Yeah. So, man, I'm plowing through these these dynamos.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. Peace. Always a good time.
Yeah. Oh, and then I made it out to Steger. So Steger is probably from downtown. It's probably like 35 or so miles south of downtown. This is Crete, Illinois. So this is Will County. So this is the last stop before you get to Bradley, Bourbonnais, Kankakee.
Okay.
Right. There was a crew out there called Evil Horse. So I made it out to Evil Horse this weekend. Yeah. Evil Horse, it refers to the Brewmaster's Ranch, right? There's a horse on the Brewmaster's Ranch.
Okay.
And, apparently he's like a bit of a jerk, this horse.
The horses?
So they named the brewery
Of
after him.
course.
This is Steve Camp. He used to, I remember doing like, I want to say judging that beer Hoptacular with him, maybe, like, on the homebrew side. He's big into Chicago Beer Society. He started his own thing out there. And,
Okay.
Yeah, his place is like low key pretty good, man. I'm really a big fan of his stouts and his barley wines.
Yeah, you try to make it there or you get there quite a bit, really.
Yeah, I got nephews out there. So
Nice.
whenever I get my nephews, I'm like, what are you boys doing? I was like, come get us. And then I'm like, all right, cool. And on the way, and when I drop them off, I go to
You stop by there.
I go to beautiful downtown Crete, Illinois, Main Street, and hit up Evil Horse, man. Yeah, it's just a nice little hidden gem, man. That's what the burbs are good for, that, man.
Okay.
You'll find spots in the burbs that are really gems, and they're legit no matter where they are. They just happen to be in the burbs.
Yeah, I may try to make it out to one of those for Zoller was telling us about his new brewery Sunday.
Right.
I think that's the 27th. I want to say 26th or 27th.
Yeah.
27th.
End of the month.
And it's in between before the Super Bowl. So you check out one of those new breweries. And maybe I go Open Outcry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh man, you're going through it, man.
What?
You're a little under weather, man. I feel
Yeah, I
bad.
know. And,
I
you
can
know,
never see you like this,
talking and all that doesn't help when you're kind of sick.
Yeah, I hear you. You gotta keep drinking, man. You gotta pull out some of that whiskey you got over in Japan, man.
I know, right?
And just get it all the way popping. Yeah. But yeah, that's actually all I did, man. I hit a piece. I hit up Evil Horse.
All right.
Yeah.
I did make a stop in at Forbidden Root.
Right on.
Always good. I went there Sunday when the Bears were playing. Nobody was in there. I don't think anyone knows that they have a TV.
They do?
And then as the game was about to start, the menu slides open, and there's a TV there.
No kidding.
I was like, damn, I didn't know that.
Well, daggone. Daggone.
So yeah, what did I have? They had a lot of collaborations on. Always good. I don't know. It wasn't a standout, but they were just good.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all you need, man.
Right.
Some good beer.
Exactly.
Very cool. What was the best thing you had since we last hung out?
Ooh, that's tough. It had to have been that Splash from Marz.
Yeah.
We picked up a 4-pack because they sell 4-packs instead of 6-packs. And I had a couple left over still, and so I drank one of those recently. That was probably the best thing.
Right on, man.
What about you?
Shout out to that Jitterator. I actually didn't know that the coffee beer program was a year-round thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take one sip of that beer and it's like fresh coffee. It's really cool. I also had the Energy City milkshake Nowie pineapple, and it's like a pineapple milkshake IPA with vanilla. The coolest thing about it was that it tasted like beer. You never can tell with these fucking milkshakes, man. You're like, am I gonna get this? Am I gonna get this fruit bomb?
Yeah.
Am I gonna get this, this dreamsicle? But this thing tastes like beer, which I was pleasantly surprised about, and I think that's why I'm mentioning it. So,
Nice.
right on.
Yeah, those Energy City beers are fantastic.
Yeah, there's a rumor that the next, because they released another batch of the s'mores.
Yeah.
The rumor is that like there'll be a Neapolitan version
Oh, okay.
of the s'mores coming out. Yeah, and they kind of like out of nowhere have a serious buzz.
You're right.
Yeah, so I'm excited for those guys.
Oh, you know what I forgot to mention at Marz? I ran into our buddy Jerome.
Oh, right on from
Bulldog.
Bulldog.
Yeah. So he was telling me a little bit of stuff. I think we may have him coming up on an episode.
Okay. Cool.
About what they're doing.
Yeah, he might be part of the thing.
Yeah, the thing.
That's what
With
I
some
heard.
other people that there might be someone else.
We heard
with this
we
thing.
heard there's a thing, and then there's like maybe 3-4 people in the thing, and he's one of the folks in the thing.
Yeah.
That's all right. Right on.
So, yeah. So that was funny running into him. I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah. I think he just like popped in one day. We were recording, right? And then we like, oh, I guess we should just drink this beer.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Nice. Well, is that all the events that are happening with the Metro thing? Like,
The Metro
what?
thing's on the 19th. This week is Haymarket's birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's always winter's not that bad, man. Once you circle through all your favorite haunts, and then some of these things coming up like Dark Side next month, or really Haymarket, because this time I feel like they're doing it all week, and I don't know if it was a week thing last time, right?
I don't think so. I feel like they've done releases for their birthday or tap-ins, but this is the first time they're doing like a week long.
Yeah, the anchor of that entire West Loop movement might be Haymarket. Yeah, so this week, let's see. We'll just name a few of these beers, man. All beer-related stuff, from the guy who created Fobab, Mr. Peter Crowley. Shout out to Pedro. Let's see. Coffee Indignant, right? Mint Chocolate Indignant.
Okay.
And then, of course, the week is going to end with 8th birthday celebration in Claire's Thirsty Ale.
All right, what day is that?
That's on Saturday the 12th.
Okay. You're going to try to go?
Yeah, and we should probably have some Claire's and drink it on the show whenever we can.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's in cans this year. I want to say last year it was in bottles.
Oh, nice.
And this year it's in cans. Yeah. So, Defender is their hoppy stout, might be one of the best stouts to ever come out of this town. If you're talking just awards, it was a JBF and World Beer Cup gold the same year.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It really is fantastic. Oh, so Indignant is the barrel-aged version of Defender. That's my understanding. Yeah. So it looks like they're doing a couple spins on that, which is nice. And then, they bring out all the big guns, your Angry Birds and, your Saisons.
I'm rocking my Haymarket hat today.
Yeah, you are.
So,
Yeah.
And they had a new can get packaged this past week, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that rolled off, and that might have been the Claire's Thirsty.
Claire's Thirsty might have been Defender, might have been, Matthias. Matthias is in cans, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on the social media pictures that I saw.
Matthias might be actually one of my favorite year-round, double IPAs. I had a Ninja versus Unicorn this week. I always love that. Always, just trusty. I can believe in it.
It's beer you can believe in. It's trusted beer.
NVU and Matthias. You can always count on those. There's others, but those are the first two that come to mind when you say Chicago double IPA, go. Then I might throw out the Half Acre does them all year and they do different ones.
Right.
Like Deep Space. Deep Space is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous fucking beer, man. Yeah.
Damn.
I forgot what we were talking about, man.
Haymarket's 10th, or not 10th birthday. That's Metro's 10th. It would be it's not their 10th, right?
Haymarket 8th.
8th, yeah. I'm like, they opened a year or two after Metro.
Yeah, the first time I ever had CBS was on tap at the day that Haymarket opened.
Okay.
Yeah, they were. We had a chance to do a documentary for the 10th Fobab, and one of the best interviews was in the basement at Haymarket with Jana and Pete Crowley, and even Gary Valentine made an appearance.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, and they were, and they're right downtown. So yeah, they got the front bar, they got the back bar. That's a former Bar Louie.
Yeah.
And Bar Louie is notorious for breaking their leases. So Haymarket slid right in, and it's it's still the best. It's still the best brewery downtown.
Yeah, I think they have a. Is it them that has they had a 99-year lease on that spot.
Oh wow. Yeah, and then
because that rent over there.
That's a good call.
They would have got screwed now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then the Haymarket. The Haymarket riots, and that's what led to Mayday, which led to most Americans having a 40-hour work week.
Right.
Oh, but then the whole working man premise and how the pricing structure is built into their whole model.
For sure.
Right. This is a working man's bar. And then they low key, they have not secret, but they got 50 TVs in that joint. So it's kind of a sports bar. There's two.
Secretly have 50 TVs. No, you notice those TVs.
It's a sports bar. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun space. I enjoy. Of all the stuff we used to do on the brew bus, I think I miss Haymarket the most.
Okay.
I don't miss babysitting a bunch of drunk fucks from Waterloo, Iowa, but I do miss going to Haymarket every Saturday.
Yeah, maybe I'll make it over there Saturday as well because it's been a while.
Right on.
Nice. Anything else on the calendar or people should be looking out for?
That's the big thing going on this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. What about any news? What's been happening? Anything on the news?
Yeah, a little bit of news, man. The good folks at Three Floyds, man. They know you wanted to see Pride and Joy again. So Pride and Joy is back, man. Pride and Joy is back in these stubby brown 500 milliliter bottles, Brad. For you, man.
Okay.
For you.
The 5 of these bottles?
No. That's not 500.
Yeah.
500
stubby?
milliliter? Yeah, no. This is it's not quite a bomber. It's like whatever's below a bomber.
Oh, like the Goose Island, like
Like the,
Bourbon County ones?
Yeah, like was those that like 16.9, right? Yeah.
Wait, why?
What do you mean why? Because it's pride and joy, man.
But why that format? I feel like they should come in either tall boy cans
Yeah.
or regular. Like, I don't need a fancy Pride and Joy bottle.
And I'm wondering out loud, like, how many different types of bottles do they have? You know, they do 12 ounces, they do bombers,
Right.
and now they're doing these. So what kind of bottle line do they have, man? I guess one that does all the things.
Is their distillery open yet?
Man, that's a good fucking question,
Has it
man.
been like 30 years?
Dude, they've been running Dark Lord Day, no joke, like 3 years strong through the fucking distillery.
Are they going to wait until they have like 10-year barrel-aged whiskey and people are going to be like, what, you came out of nowhere. Do you have 10-year barrel?
Distillery is totally fully blown out too. Like it looks like it's ready, but I mean it is whiskey though, right? Like you need at least
Yeah, but everyone does
240.
white. Everyone does white whiskey.
I don't know, man. That's a good question.
They just opened a distillery so they could have barrels to put their beer in. That was probably the cost-effective way. If we get fresh barrels and put our own bourbon in it, and then we put our beer in it. What's the model?
Full circle.
We don't have to buy the barrels from anybody.
You know what I had from I tell you, you know what I had from them that was really good. Because I had the Danish. It was a Danish cherry wine version of Behemoth. Danish cherry wine barrel aged version of Behemoth.
Okay.
And it sounded exotic. It wasn't that great. But what was really badass was the 2-year-old bourbon barrel aged version of Behemoth.
Nice.
And I had that recently, right before the end of the year. I had that.
Okay.
And that was pretty killer.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, so Pride and Joy back. No one asked for it, and it's in
The beer you didn't think you knew.
format you definitely don't want.
Look at these bottles, man. Aren't they cute, man?
Oh, they're the red stripe bottles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's like a red stripe bottle. Yeah.
Oh, the design looks nice.
Yeah.
What's his other beer? Is that Pride and Joy?
It's the other side of the label.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're in red stripe bottles. It's Pride and Joy. The beer you didn't want in a format you didn't need.
The beer you didn't want. The beer you didn't know you want in the format you didn't know you needed. Yeah. It's gonna go great with food. That's what's on tap for 2019, man. Beers that go great with food, man. You know, that's another thing. We were talking with Zoller, and he was talking about, what was he talking about, man? He's like, there's this killer app out there where, like, you know, instead of having a bunch of menus, you know, at your tap room,
Right.
you know, a lot of folks are signing up for this app.
Right. I think Metro had it because they had a little kiosk.
Yeah.
Right when you walk in the door with all the food you can order from.
Yeah, and it's pretty smart. It's basically taking the place of all the menus at these tap rooms that don't sell food.
Right.
And they're just like, you know, it's like Grubhub for breweries essentially.
Basically.
It's kind of smart.
It's like a private Grubhub. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Pride and Joy.
that was cool, man.
Nice. All right.
But that's it, man.
Is that it?
That's it. Metro Party. Get after it. 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
Right on the river, right over here in beautiful Avenue, like not too far from the studio.
All right. You'd think we'd have more to talk about since we haven't gotten together, just us. But here we are, hitting that 30-minute mark.
You know, because we've you know, this ain't our first rodeo, man.
Yeah.
We do this.
In and out.
Man.
All right. Nick, where can people find you? Get in touch when we're not recording.
Right on, man. I'm on Twitter at Nicosio.
And I'm on Twitter at BRAD. Chicago Beer Pass is on Twitter at Chicago Beer Pass. Website, chicagobeerpass.com. Socials, Instagram, Facebook. We're always posting lots of things, so check that out. And we'll be back next week with another episode. Take care.
Cheers.